Jurgen Klopp leaving Liverpool after summer. Maidstone make history. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the goal line. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? And welcome to the goal line. My name is John. I'm your host, as always. And hopefully, our internet has been sorted. So hopefully, we'll be okay to go. Right. Okay. So obviously, the big story is about Jurgen Klopp leaving in the summer. I'm just trying to find the story. Right. Okay. Right. So it's here. Right. So basically, my thoughts on Jurgen Klopp leaving. Now he's been at Liverpool for a very, very, very long time, and has guided them to the Premier League title. And I just think, change is good as the best for, a change is always good. I don't think Jurgen Klopp can do much more with Liverpool. Like I said, he's already guided them to the Premier League already. It's always going to be a big battle between them and Man City currently. But obviously now you've got teams on the up like Aston Villa. West Ham are starting to put their sixpence worth in. Tottenham. So, and obviously with this cult thing over hanging over Man City's head, where they could get multiple relegations, even possibly to League One or League Two. That could be a huge factor. But getting back to Jurgen Klopp, it's ultimately his decision. He feels convinced it's the right decision to make. As I'm not a Liverpool supporter, and I have nothing against Liverpool. I have nothing against Liverpool. I just don't follow Liverpool. I'm a football pundit, but I don't follow Liverpool really, apart from their results. I think though. Maybe it is time to get fresh blood in there. I don't know. I'd love to know what you guys think. So if you could do me a huge favour, leave a comment down below in a comment box about how you feel about it, because I'd love to know what you guys think about him leaving. But going to the BBC app here, it says Jurgen Klopp, the dream is on for Germany fans, but they must wait for Liverpool boss. It says Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp says it's the right decision to step down at the end of the season. Jurgen Klopp's announcement on Friday took many in Germany by surprise. While there have been suspicions that the 56-year-old could call it a day at Anfield sooner rather than later. It was not expected to happen in the middle of a season in which Liverpool are leading the Premier League and appear to be as strong as ever. When Klopp decided to leave Borussia Dortmund in 2015, he was experiencing an underwhelming campaign that at one point saw his team fall to second from bottom in the standings. The circumstances this time are very different, and football fans and journalists in his home country have compassion for his well-being. For the past several years, Germans have wondered if there was any chance that Klopp could return home and even manage one of the major clubs in in the national team. Rumours ramped up last September when the German Football Association chose to sack Hansi Flick less than a year before the Euros. I mean, there's a big article on it. I mean, at the time, the DFB contacted Klopp to ask him about his availability, knowing that the likelihood of a mid-season move from Liverpool to the national team was below 1%. Eventually, Julian Nagelsmann, the former Bayern Munich and RB Leipzig coach, took the job, but only signed a contract until the end of the Euros. So, I mean, there's a big article on this about Jurgen Klopp leaving, and like I said, I'd love to know what you guys think. That would be quite interesting to to get your thoughts on that. Yeah, so I mean, again, the next thing I want to talk about, Maidstone United. Now, I love Maidstone United. I lived in Maidstone for best part of 4 months before I had to, obviously, I had to go back to where my old house was, so I had to leave Maidstone due to circumstances beyond my control. But they beat Ipswich 2-1. And I mean, non-league Maidstone, who are in the National League South, basically stunned Ipswich. But what I find ironic is they're in the National League South. Ipswich are in Championship, which is, I believe, 97 or 98 places below Ipswich, in the pyramid. But I'm just absolutely shocked that, I mean, I have nothing. I have no malice against Ipswich. Like I keep saying, I don't have malice against teams. But I was very happy with Maidstone's performance. That keeper was the man of the match. The Maidstone keeper was the man of the match. And you know what? He completely earned that. He saved some fantastic goals. But I mean, with a bit of luck, Ipswich making a few vital errors, and Maidstone always been on the ball. They got the victory, and they stunned Ipswich by going through. It says here, watch highlights as National League South side Maidstone United pull off a huge FA Cup shock to knock Championship highflyers Ipswich Town out of the 4th round at Portman Road. And as we all know, Ipswich, if you follow Championship football, you will all see that Ipswich are gunning for the Premier League. But I mean, it was just absolutely shocking. It says, I mean, Maidstone have actually made history, being a National League South team to reach the 5th round. It's crazy. So here, National League South side, Maidstone United pulled off one of the greatest FA shots to knock out Championship highflyers Ipswich. Superb counter-attack strikes from Lama Reynolds and Sam Corn. Maidstone's only attempts on target earned the non-leaguers an astonishing victory over a side 98 places above them in the football period. A much changed Ipswich side, who are second in the second tier and are pushing for promotion to the Premier League, battered their opponents in the first half, hitting the woodwork 3 times and wasting numerous chances, but they somehow trailed to an exquisite dinked finish by Reynolds. The stubborn resistance was finally broken with Jeremy Saramindo's low shot took a tiny but telling deflection to beat outstanding Stones keeper Lucas Kolovin. And this guy, this is why he was a man of the match, because he was amazing. But Sam Corn's composed finish restored the lead and made Stones survive the inevitable frantic finish and 8 minutes of stoppage time to become the first side from National League North or South to reach the last 16 since the regional split was introduced in 2004 and sparked joyous scenes. That is what you get with hard work. I am personally happy for Maidstone United. They completely deserve that. The Stones were amazing this afternoon. I honestly thought they was going to go down to Ipswich, especially being away at Ipswich's ground, which makes it even harder. So you're not just going on a grass pitch, whereas they're used to working on, fake grass. So again, what do you guys think of Maidstone coming through to the fifth round? Personally, it's a thumbs up from me, but I'd like to know what you say in the comments. So anyway, I'm going to go through the results now. With the Championship games, League 1, League 2, National League. So let's get on to it. So we'll start off with the FA Cup, the fourth round. Of course, Ipswich 1, Maidstone United 2. Everton 1, Luton Town 2. Leeds 1, Plymouth 1. Leicester 3, Birmingham 0. Sheffield United 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 5. And there's a late kick-off very soon, 7 o'clock, which is Fulham versus Newcastle. That is another Premier League FA Cup match, and like I said, 7 o'clock. So from when this is being recorded, an hour and a quarter away. We're going to go to Scottish Premiership because there are some people that ask about it. St Mirren 0, Rangers 1, Celtic 1, Ross County 0, Hearts 2, Aberdeen 0, Kilmarnock 2, Hibernian 2, Livingston 1, Dundee 4, and St Johnstone and Motherwell was a 1-1 draw. Going into the Championship, only 2 games today. Millwall 1, Preston 1, and Sunderland 3, Stoke 1. There is currently a Women's Super League match going. It is Brighton Women 0, Chelsea Women 0. That's only 14 minutes in. If there is any change by the end of this, I shall let you know. Going into League 1, Barnsley 1, Exeter 2, Blackpool 1, Charlton 1, Bristol Rovers 3, Oxford United 1, Cambridge and Burton was 0-0. Carlisle 1, Bolton 4, Derby 2, Cheltenham 1, Lincoln City and Peterborough was 0-0, Northampton 0, Shrewsbury 2, Port Vale 0, Portsmouth 1, Reading and Leyton Orient 1-1, Wigan 2, Stevenage 3, and Wycombe 2, Fleetwood 2. And then we go to League 2. Mansfield had a man sent off in the 20th minute. So, sorry about that. So, Wimbledon 2, Mansfield 1, Crewe 2, Salford 3, Doncaster 1, Stockport 5, Forest Green 0, Accrington 1, Grimsby 1, Tranmere 2, MK Dons 2, Gillingham 1, Morecambe 0, Colchester 1, Notts County and Barrow was 1-1, Swindon 2, Bradford 0, and Walsall and Sutton was 1-1. Going into the National League now, Flyde 1, Bromley 0, Aldershot 3, Rochdale 1, Altrincham 4, Eastleigh 0, Borehamwood 0, Dorking 3, Chesterfield 3, Southend 0, Dagenham Redbridge 0, Kidderminster 1, Gateshead 2, Barnet 1, Hartlepool 2, York 1, Maidenhead United 2, Solihull Moors 1, Oldham 0, Woking 1, Oxford City 1, Ebbsfleet 0, Wealdstone 2, Halifax 0. We're going to the National League North, Banbury United 1, Scarborough 0, Bishops 1, Gloucestershire City 4, Blythe Spartans 1, Warrington Town 2, Buxton and Brackley Town was 0-0, Chorley and Farsley Celtic was 1-1, Darlington 2, Hereford 0, Kingsling and Chester was 0-0, Peterborough Sports 0, Scunthorpe 1, Rochelle Olympics 2, Curzon Ashton 2, South Shields 1, Boston United 2, Southport 2, Alfreton 3, and Tamworth 2, Spennymoor Town 0. And we're going to go into National League South. Chippenham Town 1, Havant and Waterlooville 0, Dartford 0, Weymouth 1, Dover 1, Slough Town 0. It was a bit of a shock for Dover. Eastbourne 2, Farnborough 1, Hampton Richmond 0, Chelmsford City 1, Hemel Hempstead 1, Welling 2, St Albans City 1, Yeovil 1, that's another shock. Taunton Town 2, Avery 2, Truro 1, Braintree 2, Weston-super-Mare 3, Tunbridge Angels 1, and finally Worthing 4, Torquay 2. So that is all the results for today in the football thing. I'm just trying to find if there's anything else. Obviously, you can watch all the FA Cup matches on Match of the Day tonight, 10:30, with Jason Mohammed. There's on the BBC app, there's actually FA Cup, all the goals and reactions to the fourth round ties, and there's also Scottish Premiership reaction to Celtic, Hearts and Dundee wins. There's also a video on there where you can watch the fourth round goals, FA Cup fourth round, and there's also the Maidstone video against Ipswich. And I think that's all that is on for today. Yeah, that is it for today, really. Quick update if anyone is following the Brighton women and Chelsea women match. It's 20 minutes in, it's still 0-0. It currently says here. Yeah, it says here 0-0, but they're all having a big hug with each other. Don't know what that is. Yeah, anyway, guys, I want to thank you for joining me for the goal line. Don't forget to, if you come across this video and you like football, anything football, why not give us a like, give us a subscribe, click the bell icon as well, share with your friends and family. Love to have more subscribers. Obviously, it's only 20 of you, not a lot. But I am here every week to give you the best football results and headlines that I can. Of course, if there's anything you want to talk about, leave comments and questions down in the comment box, and we will do our best to answer them for you. And yeah, we will do our utmost to please you. Okay, guys, until next week, I want to thank you for joining me for the goal line. I've been John. Thank you for anyone who's come across, and I'll see you next week. Until then, ciao for now, guys. Mwah.